Hey, what's up? This is Harshvardhan and welcome to another superb episode. In today's episode, we are going to learn another photo manipulation, and for that purpose, we are going to take this image and we will transform this and we will create a realistic composition of this image in Adobe Photoshop. And before we go any further, please do subscribe to this channel if you want to take your Photoshop and photography skills to a whole new level. And to subscribe, just click the big red button below this video and don't forget to click the bell icon as well. That way you will not miss any new video from me. Having said that, let's get started. And now let's add the birds to the image. So this is the bird image and I'm just resizing it by pressing Ctrl and Alt and Shift and dragging with one of my mouse, and let me just place them somewhere around here and press enter, and you can see over here, but we have some problem, so we can fix it. So we'll just change the layer blend mode to, let's say, darken, or let's say try multiply. I think it's not working, so let's say go for overlay, but overlay is too light, so let's go for multiply and zoom in and remove these spots. So we can use the eraser tool from here itself, and we are going to remove these spots. These have been left with from the background extraction. So I think now this one is fine, and we need to blur them out a little bit. So we'll go to the filter, blur, and we'll choose the Gaussian blur and we'll blur them out to something like this. Since the sky is also blurry, so these birds have to be blurry, and let's lower down their opacity to something like this, and this one is looking fine. And let's create a shadow of these birds on the water. So we'll press Ctrl J or Command J, drag it down, and we'll press Ctrl T or Command T and right click, and we'll select the flip vertically and we'll drag them over here, something like this in the same direction, and let's make them something like this and press enter. And using the mask tool and with the brush tool, make sure the brush is softest brush with 100% opacity and the black color, and we are going to remove them from here. Okay, and let's maybe something like this, and let's lower down their opacity even further so that we get a slightest of glimpse of these birds on the water reflection. All right, and now this one is looking much amazing, and let's add a little bit light on the sky. So we'll create another layer and we'll call it light glow. Okay, and soft as brush, we'll again choose the softest brush, and this time we'll choose this orange color, and we'll change the layer blend mode to hard light, and we'll increase the size of the brush little larger, and let's paint in over here. Okay, and you can see this one is not looking that good, so we'll change its layer blend mode to, let's say, linear dodge. Yes, linear dodge is looking good, or let's say color dodge, or let's say try lighten color, or let's toggle with different colors. Linear one, I think screen is also looking good, screen. So I will just press the move tool and let's reposition it to something like this, and press Ctrl T Command T, and let's resize it a little bit, something like this, so that this spreads very well. And you can see this is the light, and we have just placed it over here, so it is reflecting little bit on the guy as well, on this guy. Okay, And now what we are going to do, let's add some vignette effect to this image. So we'll go to this option and choose the gradient, and we'll select this black to transparent gradient and we'll press OK, and let it be this way, or let's say change it to the style to the radial and check reverse and place the center to something like here, because light is coming from this side, and let's scale it little bit and we get this kind of a result and press OK. Let's try to change this layer blend mode to overlay and see how it looks. Now this one looking much better. So we'll go for this and we'll select the layer mask. Again we'll select the brush tool by pressing B and choose the soft edge brush, and this time with brush, and this time with 10% opacity, or let's say 30% opacity, and we are going to paint in on this side. So it is going to take away this vignette effect from this side, and make sure this color is black, otherwise it's not going to work. And you can see by turning it on and off, now this one is looking really amazing. But at the moment I see that these birds are looking way too large, so let's make them smaller. So I'll select both the birds and birds reflection as well, and I'll press Ctrl T, Command T, or let me just do them separately. So we'll select the birds, Ctrl T, and we'll resize them to something like this. So let them be very small, and similarly with this option on these reflections, so I'm going to make them very small, something like this, and press enter. And you can see these birds are visible over here, and let's lower down their opacity even further, or if you want you can blur them out. So go to the filter, blur, and choose Gaussian blur, and let's blur them out to something like this. Okay, and this one is looking much fine. And let's zoom in, and there is this line. I don't like this line, so let's remove this line. So we'll create another layer and we'll choose this spot healing brush tool by pressing J on keyboard, and make sure sample all layers is selected. And all I need to do, I just need to paint on this line, and it is going to fix it with just one simple click. All right, and this one is now looking amazing. And let's do the little bit sharpening, or we don't need, I think I don't need the sharpening on this image because the quality of the image is very bad, and over here we have some problem. So let's fix this problem. Go to the boy copy and boy. Okay, this is the boy. All right, and we'll create another layer, and with the black color with brush tool, and let's lower down its size and paint on this area. And at the moment much is not happening because we have the low opacity. So let's make it 100% and then remove it from here. I hope you can see it. And now select the boy copy which is above it and remove it from there as well. And now this one is looking good, and remove it from here as well. Select the boy, remove it over here, and you can see this selection is not that perfect. There are so many problems with this. I can refine this selection, and that would take a little bit more time, but I just given you the idea how you can create this kind of a realistic photo composition very easily in Adobe Photoshop using the selection and extracting it from the background. All right, and this one is looking now really amazing to me. So let me just press F, and I'm not going to color grade this image because I like the way this realistic composition is looking. So this is our final result. So thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, please hit the like button And if you have any question, you can leave that in the comment section below.